Hi soul family, welcome or welcome back to Ivy Spiritual Messages and Tarot. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and if this pick card readings resonates with you, I would really appreciate your support by clicking subscribe and hit the notification bell. So for today's reading here, we are going to look at messages from your person. Should you wait for them? Now for today's pick a card reading is going to be a little bit different with my previous pick a cards reading, which are pick 6, but for today's pick a card reading is going to be pick 4. And the reason for that, here I'm going to give a very detailed energy reading, whether you should wait or whether you should actually move on from your person. So let's look at into pile number 1. We have pile number 1 with amethyst crystal, pile number 2 with the orange quartz crystal, pile number 3 with the clear quartz crystal, and pile number 4 with the tiger eye crystal. You may close your eyes, meditate and think about your person, and then choose the pile that you are most drawn to. You may pause this video if you still need a little bit of more time to choose the pile that you are most drawn to. I will leave the timestamp both on the description box as well as on the comment section below. Also, please know that this is going to be a collective general pick a card reading, so just take whichever resonates here and always trust your intuition no matter what. Without further ado, let's get into your reading. Hello, for those who chose pile number 1, messages from your person. Should you wait for them? So let's look at into the cards that we have here. Okay, so for those of you who chose pile number 1 here, I've got the loving man as the overall energy. The channel message from your person, I've got be grounded in your faith, patience and strength. And then I've got page of cups, the king of wands, 3 of pentacles, 5 of pentacles, the star energy, and then the 10 of swords energy coming up here. So the sign that I'm getting for those of you who chose pile number 1 here, I'm getting a very strong fire energy. So Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. I'm also getting a very strong water energy coming up here. Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces, as well as a very strong air energy, Aquarius, Libra and Gemini. So you could have any of those signs strongly in your chart, or your person could have any of those signs strongly in your chart here. Again, the signs are just extra bonus. The most important thing here is the message, so take what resonates. The first thing that I'm getting here is that for those of you who chose pile number 1, I'm getting 2 energy coming up here. First is that there is a significant gap. There is a significant age gap between you and your person. If for those of you who does not have any significant age gap between you and your person, I'm getting like a very strong immature energy coming up here from your person. And this is why I've got the loving man coming up here. Again, the gender does not matter. This can be male or female, but with this energy, the loving man coming up here, and then I've also got the page of cups and the king of wands energy. I'm getting like a very strong transformation when it comes into their majority, healing the emotional trauma, healing the emotional pain within themselves. Yes, like the main energy that I'm getting from your person here. I feel like there's definitely, I do feel like they are definitely currently going to go through this healing where they're going to leave out any immaturity, where they're going to leave out any ungrounded, immature energy and childish energy behind here, pile number 1. So with that being said here, and this is what I've got the loving man coming up here. So it's like whatever the immaturity that they have here, and I've also got a very strong stubborn energy coming up here as well, pile number 1. Stubborn, little bit of ego based energy, as well as like a short temper energy I'm getting here. So this is could be the energy from the past or prior to the separation, could also be the cause for both of your separation, I would say here. And this is why I've got the star energy coming up here. This is basically talking about a very strong healing energy, a very strong cleansing energy here. And as you can see here with this star energy, with this star energy, this is almost like a full moon energy. So with that being said, here the upcoming full moon, which is going to happen in the next couple of days here, is also going to be quite significant for your person and for yourself here. And why do I say that it's going to be quite significant for both of you? Because I've got two major energy coming up here, which is the Five of Cups coming up from your person, and the Ten of Swords coming up here from you. So what does it mean here? Let's start with your person energy. This Five of Cups energy is that feeling regretful. I do feel like your person have come to this realization that how immature they were in the past here, like by putting fight with you, like having this unnecessary argument, having this like unnecessary fight, and like a little bit of stubborn and a little bit of egoistic energy coming up here. So I feel like at that time here, your person was too much onto their ego, and they did not realize it, because they have this they kind of like having this energy, okay, whenever there is something wrong, they just like kind of like is making it easier for them to just shift the blame to you here. And this is something that they have been quite have been doing this for quite a while, I would say here. So with this Five of Cups energy, the moment that you kind of like backing out here, I do feel like for those of you who chose pile number one, there is no communication between both of you, and you also like kind of like withdrawn. I won't say withdrawn, it's like kind of like taking a step back at this point of time, and just to see like whether they are going to initiate anything, whether they're actually going to like start something or do something here. So with this no communication period between both of you here, as much as it's hurting you, this is also hurting them, because they feel like no matter what they did, they will always have you like you will always be there, I would say here, pile number one. So in this particular scenario at this point of time here, this is kind of like hitting them. Okay, what is it that I've done here? I do feel like they will be trying to message you pretty much soon, within the next couple of days, or even like towards the end of this month here. But you may notice them coming up from a little bit of flirty energy, like saying that I miss you, like how are you doing, hey, like all those stuff here, because it's like they're trying to test like they're trying to testing the ground, I would say. This is also something that have been happening for a while. Like whenever you had a fight, or whenever you had a misunderstanding in the past here, they might be like ghosting you, or they might be like having this very strong stubborn and ego energy, and just leaving you like ghosting you, I would say here, like not wanting to communicate with you here, not wanting to communicate with you, like a very strong childish energy, I would say. So at this point of time here, when you are taking the power back to yourself here, pile number one, for those of you who chose pile number one, this is kind of like making them having that realization, making them having that light bulb moment. Okay, maybe it's actually my fault, maybe I shouldn't have done a certain way here. So they kind of like starting to thinking like, okay, what is it that I've done wrong, like maybe it's my fault, like all those energies starting to coming up from them here. This is why I've got the Five of Cups energy, feeling regretful for whatever they've done towards you, feeling regretful for how things went down between both of you here. Now looking at your energy here, pile number one, I've got the Ten of Swords coming up here for you. So you are currently feeling betrayed, I would say here, because some of you here feel like you are the one who's actually always trying to reach us out towards your person. You are always trying to make an attempt to communicate, make an attempt to make this connection, make this relationship work. But like I said, you're not sensing that much of contribution from your person in the past. So this is something that making you feeling betrayed. Like, why is it that I have to do everything? Why is it that I couldn't see anything coming up from them? Like this is like kind of like making you feeling like, okay, this is it, I'm just going to like step back for a bit, and let's see if they actually will make an attempt to do something, or if they will actually make an attempt to to approach me here, I would say here, pile number one. And this is the time that you're finally going to see like a lot of communication. This is when you're going to finally starting to see a lot of approach and a lot of like coming forward from your person here. And this is why I've got the Three of Pentacles coming up here. Be grounded in faith and patience and strength. So a little bit of patience is definitely needed at this point of time, because your person is going to be like taking a huge step on their transformation, especially on the maturity level, I would say here. As you can see here from the page to the king, and from the king to the emperor. So this is like going to be a huge jump from someone who has this a lot of childish energy, immature energy, to be someone who actually, you know, like coming up as the emperor energy, like the highest level of energy here, like they're finally integrating with the divine masculine. Again, it can be also divine feminine here, the gender does not really matter, but this is where the transformation is actually starting to happen within your person energy. And this is also why I've got the star energy coming up here. This is basically talking about the cleansing energy, and this is why it's going to take a little bit of some time here, pile number one. And that's why it's quite important for you to be patient and be strong. And what I mean by being strong here is that to rely on the divine strength, do not rely on your own strength here. And I've also got be grounded in faith coming up here. The thing here is that to answer your question, should you wait for them? Of course, like the choice will definitely be yours, but looking at the energy here, they will be coming back towards you. And once they're coming back towards you here, this Three of Pentacles, they're going to have this open communication where there is going to be a healthy discussion coming out from both of you here, where you can actually express yourself and express your emotion here, as well as coming out from them, they're actually going to change to be a good listener, I would say here, because this communication has been quite an issue for you here, pile number one. So this is what is going to be happening, I would say here. And with this, be grounded and patient and strength here. I do feel like this is may take some time. So, and the answer that I've got for you here is that it's quite worth it to actually wait for your person here, because when they come back here, they're going to come back as a totally different person. And when that happens, it's definitely worth to give them another chance, I would say here, pile number one. So that's it for your reading. I hope it resonates. And if it does, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'll see you in the next reading. Have a good day, stay safe and be blessed. Bye-bye. Hi, for those of you who chose pile number two, messages from your person, should you wait for them? So let's look at what are your cards saying here. Okay, so for those of you who chose pile number two, the cards that I've got for you here, I've got discovery, and then I've got the third party situation, childhood trauma, Nine of Swords, Page of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and I've also got Seven of Swords coming up here for you. And the sign that I've got for you here, for those of you who chose pile number two, I'm getting a very strong fire energy, Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. I'm also getting a very strong air energy coming up here, Aquarius, Libra or Gemini. Again, the sign is just like extra bonus. The main important thing here is that the message that I've got for you. So the message that I've got for you here, for those of you who chose pile number two here, I'm getting like a very strong anxiety energy and feeling trapped coming up here very, very strongly. So I feel at this point of time, you're having a lot of anxiety coming up from you here, as well as like almost feeling hopeless and feeling alone, I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number two, especially in this particular situation, in this particular relationship between both of you here. I feel like for those of you who are choosing pile number two here, is that currently you are together with your person. I'm not getting a very strong separation at this point of time. It's just that I do feel like both of you are currently together. And the thing is that I'm getting a very strong third party energy coming up here, and the overall energy that I've got for you is the discovery. So I feel like you may find out either moving forward into the future, or this could also be something in the past that your person might have cheated on you and having a third party situation, or might have cheated on you with someone else. And this could be something in the past, or this could also be something at this point of time here, like you're finally discovering something regarding your person that is just like breaking your heart, I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number two. I am a little bit of concern, I would say here, especially with this third party situation and childhood trauma. And I'm also getting like a very strong I'm getting a very strong deception and manipulative type of attitude and type of behavior coming out from your person. Again, for those of you who chose pile number two, this is going to be for a very, very specific person who are currently together with that person. I'm not getting like a very strong separation here. I do feel like there's going to be some of you who are currently in a separation with your person, but the reason for that separation here is because you find out that they were cheating on you, or you find out that there was another person in this particular situation. So it's kind of like a little bit of crowded energy coming up here. Now for those people who are currently in a separation, because you find out your person because you find out that your person was having someone else here, I'm getting this Six of Cups energy, which is they are going to make an attempt to come back towards you here, for those of you who chose pile number 2. So I would be a little bit of concern and do not directly jump into the offer, because especially with this discovery energy here, honestly I'm not like getting a very strong yes honestly here. For those of you who chose pile number 2, in fact I do feel like you need to be really cautious. You need to be like paying close attention to all this red flags energy, because they themselves already coming from a very strong traumatic family or traumatic past, I would say here, especially with this childhood trauma. I feel like they do not have a strong masculine or feminine energy while they are growing up, such as like they do not have a very strong father or mother figure while they are growing up. So they kind of like growing up thinking that the way they need to show themselves, or the way they need to be feeling desire, because they've never had anyone who actually showed them love. They've never had anyone to actually show them like, okay, that desire feeling here, like someone actually like them, someone's actually value them and respect them here. They've never gotten that before. So how do they manage to how do they manage with all those feelings? Is that by finding it somewhere else, by finding it with someone else here, like for example having another sexual aspect of relationship with someone else, or having a third party situation here. So this is like a little bit of concerning energy. And I'm definitely getting like a very strong your person trying to make an attempt to come towards you. As you can see here with the Six of Pentacles, again there will always be 3 people in this equation, unfortunately here, for those of you who chose pile number 2. They might even try to come back towards you. They might even like make an attempt to communicate with you or try to get your attention here through a mutual friend, or again to a third party here, like for example sending you apologies, sending like that peacemaker, I would say here, sending a lot of flowers, like being really sweet, I would say here. But the thing here is that they will always have something to hide. They will always have something to do behind you here, and you will never find out, or at least you won't find out until it has been going on for a while. So when you find out about when you find out about it again later on in the future here, what's going to happen, you're going to feel even more anxious, you're going to feel even more stressful, I would say here, like with this Five of Pentacles energy, like as if you are feeling stuck in this particular situation. So if you try to give him another chance, or like if you try to wait and wanting to have another chance with your person here, pile number 2, I'm so sorry to tell you this, that I do feel like you're just going to be stuck in that same circle over and over again here. I do feel like this is time for you to completely break that circle. As you can see here, this circle behind her back, and this is time for you to just like throw all this unnecessary almost toxic energy, I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number 2. So it's time for you to completely break this circle by letting go everything. It's definitely not going to be easy, but I do feel like it's going to be more healthy for you mentally and emotionally by breaking this toxic circle, where you're finally going to like this Page of Wands energy, finally going to be free. Yes, it's not going to be easy, but moving forward into the future, we'll definitely thankful that you made this decision to finally left all this situation behind. So this is something that like you kind of like need to pay attention to here. And I've also got the Six of Cups energy coming up here. So I feel like this person is not really your true divine counterpart. I do feel like for those of you here, for those of you who are dealing with this current situation here, pile number 2, I feel like this is your karmic partner. Like this is like a very toxic circle that has been going on for years. The number 6 is coming up quite significantly, so I feel like this might have even be going on for like 6 months, even like 6 years energy, I would say here. So yeah, definitely not an easy one to do, but I feel like it's quite important for you to completely break free from all this energy. Basically let your person just do their healing here, like the first thing they need to do here is that healing this childhood trauma, healing this emotional trauma and emotional pain here for pile number 2. After they heal everything and they want to come back towards you, they want to have a reunion with you here, pile number 2. When that happens, you can actually reconsider them here by seeing like how they have changed. Is there any red flags that you need to be concerned of here? So this is something for the future, but at this point of time here, if you keep on being stuck in this particular situation, you're just going to hurt yourself mentally and emotionally, and it's definitely not healthy for you here, for those of you who chose pile number 2. So that's it for your reading. I hope it resonates. If it does, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'll see you in the next reading. Have a good day, stay safe and be blessed. Bye bye. Hi, for those of you who chose pile number 3, messages from your person. Should you wait for them? So let's look into the cards that I've got for you. Oh wow, look at that. I've got I love you coming up here. Okay, I just love this energy. Like it screams yes to me. Like right away it says yes. You definitely need to wait for this person. You should wait actually here, pile number 3. So let me just begin with the cards first. I've got transformation, trust in the divine timing. I've got I love you coming up here. I've got King of Swords, the 7 of Pentacles, the Sun, the Hornet card or the Emperor, the 2 of Swords, and the Lord of Shadows or the Death energy here. And the sign that I'm getting for those of you who chose pile number 3 here, I'm getting a very strong air energy, Aquarius, Libra and Gemini. I'm getting a very strong fire energy here, Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. I'm also getting a very strong water energy coming up here, Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces. So the first thing that I've got here, this is already this is literally answering the question right away. Trust in the divine timing and I love you energy. Like they want you to wait for them and they want you to trust to have, they want you to have this trust in the divine timing. This is the message from your person here for those of you who chose pile number 3. They want you to know that even though at this point of time things might not seemingly go in your way, I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number 3, but just know that they have a very, very strong feeling towards you and they're actually really, really in love with you here. They still have a very strong respect, a very strong emotional feeling towards you here, for those of you who chose pile number 3. And I've also got the transformation energy coming up here, and it's quite interesting because I've got the transformation energy coming up here. I've also got the death energy coming up here as well. Both are actually talking about a very strong transformation that is currently happening within your person. As you can see here, the death is basically just staying there and these two person are walking towards the light. So that's how literally is going on with your person. They're finally going to leave all this shadow side of themselves and finally walking towards the light, walking towards this spiritual journey, walking towards this awakening journey on within themselves here. They're finally going to let go of all this toxic energy. They're finally letting go of all this karmic contract, karmic situation, everything basically, all this negative energy, all this shadow side of themselves here. They're finally letting it go completely here. And another thing here is that the third confirmation here, 1, 2, and the third confirmation here is that I've got the King of Swords to be the Emperor. Like I said, a very huge jump from the King here to be the Emperor. Again, the gender does not matter, it can be male or female, but from the King to the Emperor. So this is basically they are jumping to be more, how do I say it here, to have that very strong responsibility energy, to have this more mature energy, I would say here. I do feel like in the past, or at least up until this particular point of time here, the communication between both of you might not really be going too good here, especially with this King of Swords energy. Even if there was some sort of a communication, it's just one word or 2 words energy here, because I feel like your person is kind of restricting themselves or limiting themselves, I would say here, when when it comes into the communication energy. And another thing here is that, especially with this 2 of Swords energy coming up here, I do feel like in the past there could be like some sort of like harsh communication or harsh argument that could actually be happening between both of you here, like conflict, unnecessary argument, unnecessary misunderstanding that could actually be happening between both of you. And the reason for that here, because both of you are not really awakened, both of you still have these triggers and challenges here. And this is why that I said that your person is finally leaving everything, all this shadow energy from themselves and moving towards the light. And this is also applicable to you as well here, for those of you who chose pile number 3. Now another thing that I'm getting here from your person here is that I do feel like you have been noticing them. They're not really into this emotional stuff. They're not really like into this like, I do feel like they don't even believe in all this spiritual stuff here, because they're more logical type of person. They're more like they're more into this logical energy. They're more into this like critical thinking energy, I would say here. So they're also not really open with themselves. They're also not really open with their emotion, I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number 3. So this is also another challenge or another triggers between both of you, because I feel like coming up from your energy here, pile number 3, you are more, I won't say more emotional, but you are more open when it comes into your emotion. Your person is just not really aware of that, or does not really know how to handle all this emotional stuff. And this is also another transformation that I'm getting from your person. As you can see here with this 7 of Pentacles, the root is growing. The root, like they are like being grounded into the into the core, like into the root here. So the root is going to be stronger. So even though you're not seeing a lot of things happening here in this 3D, in the reality, but what you don't understand here is that the energy, the energy from the 5D here is actually guiding both of you going through this huge transformation, both of you going through this huge healing here, because both of you do, like, you cannot see the root here, but the root of your relationship here is getting is getting like stronger and stronger day by day, I would say here, like a very strong increasing energy coming up here. And this is a good thing, because with the root is being strong, this is basically like the foundation of the union, or the foundation of the connection. When both of you come together after being healed and after being transformation, is going to be like beyond, like it's going to be like wow energy, I would say, like really really strong energy, I would say here. And this is also why I've got the Sun card coming up for you here as well. This is already the ultimate confirmation. This is like yes energy. Like I said, this card is literally screaming yes. You definitely need to wait for your person, because at this point of time there is a massive transformation energy happening for your person and for you here. And I do feel like when both of you coming up together, this connection is going to be mind-blowing, I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number 3. Like just wow, like wow energy, like a very strong and mind-blowing energy. And it's quite interesting, because I've also got the water sign coming up. If I'm not mistaken, I actually already did the Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces energy. I'm almost getting the same energy as well. So if you or your person have a very strong water energy in your chart, you may also check on that reading as well. But coming back to this Sun energy, you're going to see a massive happiness. Like both of you are going to encounter a lot of happiness, I would say here, when both of you coming up together. At this point of time, there's definitely a little bit of challenges here and there. Like I said, the journey is still long between both of you here, and it's not going, like, I'm just going to be honest for you here, for those of you who chose pile number 3. Just because I said yes, you should wait, and because all this energy are like leading towards wait here, it's not going to be like a magical, like suddenly everything is just going to be like magically going smooth. No, it's definitely not going to be that. There will be bumps, there will be challenges, there will be triggers here and there on this transformational journey between you and your person. So you need to stay strong in that. You need to like, do not let go of your faith. Do not like, do not doubt, and do not have any hesitation here. Having this trust in the divine timing. This is the message from your person here, for those of you who chose pile number 3. So that's it for your reading. I hope it resonates. If it does, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'll see you in the next reading. Have a good day, stay safe, and be blessed. Bye-bye. Hi, for those of you who chose pile number 4, messages from your person. Should you wait for them? So let's look at into the cards we have here. I've got new beginnings, Okay, so pile number 4. So let's look at into your cards one by one here. I've got new beginnings coming up here. Messages from your person. I've got trust issues. I've also got emotional healing coming up here. Eight of Wands, King of Cups, the Devil energy, Page of Swords, the Witch, Knight of Cups coming up here. So looking at the sign here, I'm getting a very strong water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I'm getting a very strong Capricorn energy, so Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. I'm also getting a very strong air energy coming up here as well, Aquarius, Libra and Gemini. But again, the sign are just extra bonus. The most important thing here is the message. So looking at the energy that I've got here is that with this new beginnings and the Eight of Wands coming up here, I'm definitely getting that there is going to be something new happening between both of you here, for those of you who chose pile number 4. And another thing that I've got here is that I'm getting like a very strong third party energy, or at least at this point of time here, for those of you who chose pile number 4, either you have more than one person, one is your karmic and one is your divine counterpart, or this is could actually be coming up from your person that currently they have a third party situation or a karmic partner at this point of time. And somehow this karmic partner here, either coming up from you or from your person here, have done a massive damage for both of you, individually as well as for both of your connection here. So this is why I've got the emotional healing coming up here. I've also got the trust issues coming up here as well. Again, this can be due to, for example, childhood trauma, family issue, family upbringing. Could also be, like due to something that might have happened between both of you in the past, I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number 4. So this is something that you need to heal, you and your person, either together or this is like individually here, that you need to heal. And why I'm really focusing on this energy here, the trust issue and the emotional healing, because if you do not trust it, if you do not heal this here, this is going to grow as a huge triggers here and a huge challenge between both of you. Because of this trust issue, you are going to have doubts, and because of this emotional healing, you're always going to have that codependency energy, I would say here. And this is just going to ruin your relationship. This is just going to ruin the union between both of you. So even if you try to push this situation and try to push this relationship here, it's just going to make you feeling stressful. It's just going to make your person feeling stressful here, because this is something that a very strong energy that is needing to heal, I would say here, for those of you who choose pile number 4. And the good thing here is that I've got the Witch energy and the Page of Swords energy. So as you can see here with these two energy here, I'm getting a very strong manifestation energy here. So for those of you who chose pile number 4, you are definitely into manifestation energy, I would say. Like you definitely trust into the divine timing, and you also tune into the moon's magic, I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number 4. And because of this very strong manifestation energy coming up from your side here, for those of you who chose pile number 4, you have been trying I won't say trying so hard, but your focus here is that trying to manifest this new beginning energy coming up for you and your person. And this is why I've also got the Eight of Wands, and I've also got the new beginning energy coming up here. So a very strong how do I say it? A very strong new beginning energy, as well as things are going to take off between both of you here, I would say, for those of you who chose pile number 4. And another thing here is that this King of Cups energy, so as you can see here, how calm and how composed this person is. This is also talking about this emotional healing that both you and your person need to go through here. So for those of you who are currently in a karmic situation, or if your person currently in a karmic situation, this is definitely something that is going to be delaying, or at least going to take a little bit of some time here before both of you coming up into the union. Because with this Devil energy, I'm getting a very strong manipulation energy. So I will not be surprised if the karmic partner here is actually manipulating them, I would say here. And it's quite interesting, because I just did the divine masculine energy reading, which is I've got a very strong controlling and manipulation energy coming up from the karmic partner. So you may also need to check that out here. So this is a very strong, I won't say blockage, but very strong delay coming up between both of you here, I would say, for those of you who chose pile number 4. But don't worry, again, I've got the Knight of Cups coming up here. Things are slowly going to start rolling, I would say here, between both of you. So keep on trying to keep on praying, keep on having this very strong having faith and believe onto the universe, believe onto your ability to manifest a lot of things, and believe onto your intuition. I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number 4, there's definitely going to be a very strong new beginning energy coming up here. And another thing that I've got here is that with this baby energy, there is also going to be a possibility of pregnancy coming up for you here, for those of you who chose pile number 4. There is going to be a additional member of the family, I would say here, once both of you coming up into the union here, for those of you who chose pile number 4. So the answer whether you should wait for them here, I'm getting a very strong yes energy, but there is definitely a but at this point of time here, the focus is that to heal all this emotional healing and to heal these trust issues within yourself. And there is also a very strong controlling and manipulative energy from the karmic side, like a karmic partner or karmic situation. This karmic situation does not necessarily have to be another person. This could also be for example, a toxic energy, such as toxic friends and toxic family members, for example here. So this is another thing that you need to focus on. But yeah, I do feel it's definitely worth it for you to wait for this person, for your person, I mean. So that's it for your reading. I hope it resonates. If it does, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'll see you in the next reading. Have a good day, stay safe and be blessed. Bye bye.